to Nikki Leaks, where it's news to you and news to me. Roald Dahl's children's books are being rewritten to remove language deemed offensive or not inclusive by the publisher Puffin. Puffin. Puffin on what, I say? Some people could find this offensive. Could be some sort of cryptic insinuation, not sure. Anyway, Puffin have hired sensitivity readers to rewrite some of Roald Dahl's brilliant texts, resulting in many changes. And let me tell you some. The words fat and ugly have been cut from every new edition of relevant books. Great. Yes, I think that's fantastic. I'd also suggest cutting thin and skinny. Some people suffer with anorexia and they might find those words offensive as well. In the book Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Augustus Gloop was described as enormously fat. However, he's now just enormous. I'm still offended by that word. Perhaps it could read like larger than a fridge, smaller than a truck. Mrs. Twit from the book The Twits is no longer described as ugly and beastly. She's now just beastly. Well, I'm sorry, no. I'm taking offence to that word. It's still a very derogatory word. I would prefer something like Mrs. Twit, the Perish tomato. I think that would be better. Now, speaking of twits, the book police have made hundreds of changes to the writings. For instance, in the book The Witches, a paragraph explaining that witches are bald beneath their wigs ends with the new line, "There are plenty of other reasons why women wear wigs, and there's certainly nothing wrong with that at all." Ah, well said. That's much nicer. Okay, in James and the Giant Peach, the centipede sings, "Aunt Sponge was terrifically fat and tremendously flabby at that." It's now changed to, "Aunt Sponge was a nasty old brute and deserved to be squashed by the fruit." Oh, come on. No, I'm taking offence to that. I would not let my child read that. It's inciting violence by the fruit. In this case, it's the peach. That could quite possibly create fear and in some cases PTSD every time a child is approached by a peach. The Fantastic Mr. Fox is another Roald Dahl excellent piece of literature. In the story, there are two tractors that are being used to destroy the Fox family home. They are described as being both black tractors, murderous, brutal-looking monsters. Of course, black has been withdrawn. Excellent work. But nothing has been said about one of the mean old farmers shouting, "Death to the fox." Now, I'm an animal lover, and I find this extremely offensive. Again, another incitement of violence. References to female characters have disappeared. In the book Matilda, Miss Trunchbull was described as a most formidable female, but now it's changed to a most formidable woman. Some of you may ask, doesn't female and woman mean the same thing? Well, yes and no. Woman is more of an inclusive descriptor. Female suggests a sex assigned at birth person. So the word female needs to be eliminated. On that subject, I've decided to take offence to the references of masculinity in the words female and woman. My friends and I have now decided we would prefer to be described as either fe or wo. I'm pretty sure the Japanese language isn't riddled with such horror. Therefore, I will now become a Japanese-speaking fe or wo. どうもありがとうございました。さよなら。